Good morning and welcome back to Ladybug Grace. New month, we're starting July. Amazing, we're in July already. And I'm doing it in a new place because it's actually cool in my sunroom. So this is where I'm doing it this morning. So that's why I'm going to have to hold it. It's going to be a little different lighting and so forth. So for July 1st, it is filling God's gaps. And we're going to be going to Genesis 16, 1 through 6. I didn't bring my little prayer card with me, but our prayer is, Father, as I read and receive your word, may it deeply be rooted in me. So when difficulty comes, it'll be your word that encourages and strengthens me. Amen. And I'm learning I need to bring my little thing with me to hold the Bible, because this little setup is going to be interesting. So 16, 1 to 6. But Sarai, Abraham's wife, had no children. So Sarai took her servant, see, even the lighting's not good, an Egyptian woman named Hagar, and gave her to Abraham so she could bear his children. The Lord has kept me from having my children. Sarai said to Abram, go and sleep with my servant. Perhaps I can have children through her. And Abram agreed. So Sarai, Abram's wife, took Hagar, the Egyptian servant, and gave her to Abram as a wife. This happened 10 years after Abram first arrived in the land of Canaan. So Abram slept with Hagar, and she became pregnant. When Hagar knew she was pregnant, she began to treat her mistress Sarai with contempt. Then Sarai said to Abram, it's all your fault. Now this servant of mine is pregnant, and she despises me, though I myself gave her the privilege of sleeping with you. The Lord will make you pay for doing this to me. Abram replied, since she is your servant, you may deal with her as you see fit. So Sarai treated her harshly, and Hagar ran away. Has God given you a vision that is not yet unfulfilled? Has He assigned you a task that remains incomplete, though you've done everything you know to do? The gaps the Lord creates in our life are designed for His specific purposes. Sometimes they are meant to prepare us for His preordained answer. It's also possible He first wants to take care of some other necessary component of His plan. Perhaps a delay is intended to test our faith so He can prove Himself trustworthy, or He may be using a pause as an occasion for correction. It is always wise to wait in the Lord while He prepares us for His answers. We should pray and trust God, not acting until we're certain that we have heard from Him and Him alone. Even people with godly intentions can be wrong. Look at Abram's poor decisions after listening to the seemingly solid logic of his wife. The result was that Sarai's handmaiden Hagar conceived Abram's child, which is not part of the Lord's preferred plan. Anything other than God's plan carried out God's way amounts to self-reliance. Depend on His Spirit when deciding how to proceed. Any other course of action can lead to serious and lasting repercussions. What's interesting is the church on yesterday morning, the pastor was talking about God's plan, the enemy's plan, and our plan. And in all reality, the only plan that really matters is God's plan. He's just waiting for us to fall into it. And how true that is. And I think back on my life, and sorry if you hear noise, I have kittens running around right now. They've gotten older. And how I should wait and pause, because a pause is I don't see this as a correction for me right now with some things I am pausing on. I know are a pause. It's just waiting for the right pieces to come into play, the right path for me to be on. So I'm still waiting for some personal things to happen so that some desires I have are fulfilled in my life, because I know God is a provider and He will fulfill them. And the one thing is, I keep asking for a godly man to come into my life. And what I mean by that is a spouse. I'm looking for someone who will want to do this with me every morning. Read the Bible before we go to bed, go to church, participate in things, and try to live a godly life. And do other things that are an outreach to show praise to God and to show other people and to get them to come in and understand and see the light. That's what I'm looking for. That's the main thing that I know is I desire in my life. And I put it out there. It is what it is. But that's one of my prayers every night. I'm still waiting for that to happen. So God's plan, I don't want to rush like Hagar, like with Hagar and Abram. It's not what we're supposed to do. We're not supposed to make our own decisions with that. We're supposed to wait. So Sarai, I forgot to say her name, Abram's wife, should have waited and not have been so eager for that and waited for God's plan. So that's what I have. I don't know, what are you waiting for God's plan? When you do your journal, if you're doing one, what's your plan? What are you asking? What's your heart's desires that you're waiting for God to fulfill that align with His plan? So anyway, have a great day. Let's start July off well. I hope you have a great month, and we'll see you the next time. Bye.